Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening based on your current location. I hope you all are healthy. In today's video, I am going to cover AWS Shared Responsibility Model. Security and compliance is a shared responsibility between AWS and the customer. Under this shared responsibility model, customers offload the security heavy lifting to AWS, and you as a customer will only focus on the security of the application that you are building in the AWS cloud. AWS Shared Responsibility Model is very important topic for AWS Cloud Practitioner certification exam. You can expect 4 to 5 questions only from this topic. On the other hand, if you are a AWS solution architect or a developer and building the application or architecting the application in AWS, then also you should know this topic by heart. If you follow today's session without skipping any content, you should have a complete understanding about AWS shared responsibility model. If you do not have prior experience with AWS Cloud, it's absolutely fine. You don't need any prior knowledge to follow this video. Before I start, I would like to request you, if you are new to our channel or haven't subscribed yet, then please subscribe to our channel and please click on the bell icon to get notification for any new topics. To start with, security and compliance is a shared responsibility between AWS and the customer. AWS as a cloud provider is responsible for protecting the infrastructure that runs all the services offered in the AWS cloud. This includes AWS global infrastructure, regions, availability zones, and edge locations. This infrastructure is composed of the hardware, software, networking, and the facilities that run the AWS cloud services. Now, if you see in this diagram, AWS is responsible for all the compute, storage, database, networking. If I may take an example, let's say EC2 instance. AWS is responsible for patching the host operating system or patching the networking infrastructure. You as a customer assumes the responsibility and management of the guest operating system. That includes updates and security patches. Now, you are also responsible for other associated application software as well as the configuration of the AWS provided security group firewalls. There is a fine line or boundary line between customer's responsibility and AWS responsibility. AWS is responsible for security of the cloud, and you as a customer is responsible for security in the cloud. You are responsible for any host operating system patching, any data you are storing that includes encryption, and any application you are building, the security of that application. Now, based on the services, this boundary line can move in your favor and AWS will take more responsibilities. If I may take an example, for abstract services such as Amazon S3, Amazon DynamoDB, where AWS operates the infrastructure layer, the operating system and the platform, and you as a customer only accesses the endpoints to store or retrieve any data. Now, in this case, you are responsible for managing your data. This includes any encryption that you have to set, classification of the assets, and appropriate access controls. To continue the shared responsibility model, there are other aspects. Customer inherits some control. Now, you as a customer inherits physical and environmental controls from AWS. If I may explain, physical security control protect assets from inappropriate physical access, theft, or vandalism, whereas environmental security control protects assets from accidental, intentional, or natural events that include fire, water, damage, or power disruption. Now, since AWS is responsible for protecting all the physical infrastructure, you are not responsible for any of these tasks and you are actually offloading the heavy lifting to AWS and you are inheriting the control from AWS. On the other hand, under shared control, first is patch management. AWS is responsible for patching and fixing flaws within the infrastructure. But you are responsible for patching the guest operating system and the application. So if you remember, AWS will patch the host operating system of the EC2. You as a customer is responsible for patching the guest operating system that you are running in EC2 instance. Configuration management. AWS maintains the configuration of its infrastructure devices, but you as a customer is responsible for configuring your own guest operating systems, databases and applications. Next, awareness and training. Now again, AWS train AWS employees, but you as a customer must train yourself or your employees. Last but not least, customer specific controls which are solely the responsibility of the customer based on the application that you are deploying within AWS services. Now the example includes service and communication protection or zone security, which may require a customer to route or zone data within specific security environments. So these are on a high level what is shared responsibility models. Under the shared responsibility models, what are the controls that you are inheriting from AWS? What are the controls or what are the measures you are sharing with AWS, and what are the controls that is specific to you? This was on a high level brief summary of today's session. Now we came to a conclusion about today's topic. I hope I was able to clarify all your doubts. If you have any question regarding today's topic, please post your question as comment to this video. We will answer at earliest. Before we conclude today, I would like to request you please subscribe our channel and please click on the bell icon to get notification for new topics. If you want me to cover any topics, please provide your request as a comment on this video. If you appreciate our effort, please like this video. It will definitely motivate us. At the end, thank you. Please take care and stay safe.